Hi everyone, Angelina Sparkling Diva, and I'm sodding around a little bit to see if I can get proper light. I have a light on above me there, and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's that dark, and anyhow, I have a reading coming up, but yeah, something came up just now, and I thought I want to talk to you about that first, because it's actually important to everyone. You know, we all come across it, we all have to deal with it, and that is the rift between people at the moment because of the current situation. Now, I suppose it might vary per country, how bad it is, how much you notice of it, how much it impacts life or not, right? But I think in general, yeah, you get two groups, especially in my country, and I think in more other countries it's the same thing. From what I've heard, like Australia, Austria, and I live in the Netherlands, and yeah, there is this group of people who's totally happy with what's going on and who goes along with that and is just happy with that. And there is, of course, this group that isn't happy with that at all, doesn't believe in it, or doesn't believe in it anymore, doesn't want to be part of that anymore, and feels it's wrong. And it's yeah, in some countries like my own, it's getting to excess. I believe in Belgium and Austria as well, possibly other countries. I watch as little of the news as I can, so I'm not up to speed with every country, you know. I know enough. But the thing is, how do you deal with that? And that's what I want to talk about. What I sometimes see people do is that they think it's helpful if they start telling other people, educating other people by telling them what's going on, how wrong it is, etc., etc. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't do that, because I'm quite certain there are certain souls, certain people whose purpose it is to do that. Like we had the indigos in the past who also had a similar task, right? To wake up, to shake up things, and so that the change could come in. Hang about, I have to deal with my kitten here. Nila, niet doen. And so it is possible that certain people have to do that. And maybe you are one of these people, you know. So I'm not going to tell you to not do that. What I am going to tell you is be very careful. If you are tempted to do that, or if you regularly do that, to be mindful whether or not it drains you. Does it give you stress? Does it cost you energy? Does it put you in a mood? Does it anger you? Does it frustrate you? Cause you anxiety, and so on and so forth? I think then it's pretty safe to say that you better not do it. Yeah, I know someone who did that too, and I talked to her about it, like, are you certain, you know, maybe you shouldn't, a similar message, and no, I have to do that, and I must do that, and I feel it's my calling. And I think not even 2 months later, she told me that she'd stopped doing that because she had noticed that it cost her a lot of energy, that it angered her, frustrated her, caused her stress. And so she decided to stop doing that. So be mindful of that. Is it actually your task? Because I'm really actually convinced that if it is your purpose, if it is your task to do that, then it will not drain you, it will not exhaust you, it will not anger you. You will have a drive, of course, you will have a passion, and you have this urge to do that, and spread the news, and you know, inform people, and all that stuff. But it will then, in that case, not exhaust you, not anger you. So make sure you know, when you do that kind of stuff. And I think it's only a smaller group of people whose purpose it is to do that. I think for most of us, we might get tempted to do that. And we might do it occasionally because it is very tempting and it is very almost addictive once you get into it, because it's like, it does anger you so much, right? But I think for most of us, it's not our purpose. But feel for yourself. Does it cost you or not? Does it come from love or not? Feel. You should be able to feel that in your body as well. And if you are regularly doing this, talking about this, trying to convert people, trying to make people change their mind, right? Trying to convince people of the other side, regardless which side that is. If you then think about not doing that anymore, does it actually feel like a relief or not? And be brutally honest, right? And then there is this other thing, because I went through these things, and I still occasionally do, of course, myself. Because at first, when this started to happen, I couldn't believe it. The rift between people, the way they suddenly were addressing one another, talking, behaving to each other, like so incredibly rude, and no compassion, no consideration, just judgment and anger and rude behavior. Unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. And I think, okay, I can be blunt, I'm a Taurus, but I am a very gentle soul in spite of that. Very sensitive, very gentle. So to me, it's like, what's going on? How is this possible? Why aren't people sticking together? Why aren't they standing up together? But not from anger and all that stuff, right? Because that's usually not gonna lead to anything good. It usually only leads to more anger and aggression and things getting out of hand. That's not the way, that's not the solution. But anyhow, why do people lose their sense of togetherness, of oneness? Because that's what we need, so desperately need. And so I felt a bit lost myself for a long time, until I learned that a big part of the people who are completely happy with what's going on everywhere and are going along with it and so on and so forth, many of these people are younger or young souls. And these people, they haven't had their fill yet of the 3D. They want to learn more. They chose to come here to learn from the 3D matrix. So these people are not going to shift to the new 5D matrix that is coming in. And because they're not done with the 3D yet. So it is pointless and also not really the right thing to do to try to get these people to change their mind, to start seeing that what's going on is not right, goes too far, and so on and so forth. Because they're just not gonna, they want to stay in the 3D matrix because that's what they came here for. We actually have to respect that. I mean, it's their soul choice, right? Their soul path, their purpose in life. So we should feel, that should help us again. If you feel a lot of anxiety and stress and like, why aren't they waking up? If you know that this is actually their soul choice and purpose, reason for being here, what they want and need to learn, then it suddenly softens. So then it becomes easier for yourself to move back into your heart space, into love. Because that's where we are. If you are the people, the awakened group and the 5D ascension, and if you're watching me, following me, I think you will be, then you can move back into love and totally respect these people, even send them love. Because at some point in time we were there too. We have been young souls as well at some point, right? So who are we to judge? We can't, we shouldn't. The only thing is, there is another group of people which is goes along for now with the 3D group, let me put it that way. It sounds very judgmental, I hate that, but okay. For want of a better word, and otherwise it's getting too lengthy, I don't want that either. Part of that group are not young souls per se, and are souls that do actually deep down, on a deep level, on a soul level, wish to move with us, with the ascension, with the 5D, towards the 5D, and are happy with what's going on. But these souls, these people are afraid. And that's why they are currently staying in the 3D, with that group, in that situation. Not voicing, like, I do not want this doesn't feel good to me, I don't like this, whatever, right? I suppose you get what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be as neutral as I possibly can be, but it's almost impossible. But these souls, they have not quite awakened yet, or they have recently awakened, and they are afraid. They are afraid to let go of the known, of the 3D, and afraid of, then what? What's next? And we don't know that either, right? We don't know how exactly the world is gonna change, what it's gonna look like, how exactly we're gonna get there, and so on and so forth. We don't know either. Yet we are asked from higher, from spirit, and etc., to hold a platform, a stable, steady platform of love, compassion, non-judgment, right? We shouldn't be judging, and alignment, and as high a vibration as possible. We have to hold that. And then it becomes easier for these people who are in fear, serious fear and anxiety, to step on that platform as well, because they want to be there. Not because we make them change their mind, not because we force them to, no, because they actually want to be there. They chose to be there when they incarnated. It's just they're stuck in fear right now. Because, the thing is, a lot of people, and I can't speak for you, of course, I can only speak for myself, but I do know a lot of people had their awakening a longer time ago, and they had more time to wake up as well. I'm one of these people. I had plenty of time. My awakening began happening, basically almost 20 years ago. Seriously, and not in one go, bam, right? But bit by bit by bit by bit. And I have had a serious bam moments as well, but there was more time. It didn't go very fast. It didn't have to go very fast. And but right now what's going on is that a lot of souls are awakening fast, really fast. And that's quite difficult, right, to digest and to work your way through. Many souls woke up last year. All of a sudden, bang, they woke up, and then they have to just get on the same level sort of as where we are in such a short space of time. So they have to work through all the crap that we had, well, let's say 20 years for, in the space of 2 years' time. And that's hard, that's tough, right? So again, we need to have compassion for these people. We need to have respect for these souls. love. And the best thing we can actually do is ourselves just stay in alignment. Make sure you are in your heart space as much as possible. And if you do feel that you want to reach out to people, that you do want to convey something to people about this situation, make sure it comes from love. Don't go writing or online like I'm doing now, or like with that's not gonna work. Then you only get action reaction. It's not gonna help anyone. It's not respectful either. If you now know that these souls are either in fear or chose to stay in the 3D, that is their soul path. So we have to just love these people and try to not judge them. Okay, they made their choice. We made ours. Right? And there's enough judgment going round as it is. And especially, both sides are doing that actually. But we should know better. If we are really busy with our higher vibration and ascension, then we should be able to hold a steadier, at least light, a steadier state of being. And also, if you do get affected, I do as well, who doesn't, make sure that you then not react for don't go on your Facebook or social media or whatever. Wait, first get back in alignment, in the heart space, calm down, right? Make sure you let go of all that blah. So you can then, if you still feel like it, then you can reach out, and maybe you then decide, I'm not going to write anything. Never mind, it's better to not do that. Again, I often still think, I've said that many times before, but it's so helpful. What would love do? Or not my circus, not my monkeys, or not my monkeys, not my circus, whatever. And I've also come across a very similar thing. The effect is the same. If I were an angel, what would I do? Or what would an angel do in this situation? And then really 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times is my experience, you then just soften. And it just like, never mind, I don't have to react. I don't, So anyhow, I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this gives you a wee bit more insight and in how it works, how it's all construed and all that stuff. And if you have stuff to add, feel free to do that in the comment section, right? I'm not the almighty. And I'm just sharing what I do know, and hoping that it is helpful to you. In any case, thank you for watching, and as I said, reading is coming up. It's so difficult with the light. It's so dark in here. I've had the lights on indoors here all afternoon. It's that bad. Anyhow, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.